Hi, this is Don Romans with FurnaceFilterTalk.com, and today I want to review the Nordic Pure Merv 13 filter. And this filter, I've done reviews on this before, but I wanted to update it because I've got 2 months worth of history of using the filter. And I want to tell you how it's done, how it performs. So it gives you the big picture of, whether you should or shouldn't buy this filter. So let's first talk about Nordic Pure itself. Nordic Pure is made in Galena, Texas. So it's American made. So if that's important to you, you've got an American made product, and you can buy this filter through Amazon, or you can buy it direct from Nordic Pure. And I'll put links in the description below for both of those. The advantage, of course, Amazon, is easy, quick, typically 3 days shipping. So, you know what Amazon's like. You can't beat that, and it's convenient. Well, Nordic Pure, I had never bought direct from them before, so I have now. And I got to tell you, it's every bit as easy and convenient as Amazon. Their website's fantastic. And so you can go to their site and order whatever filter you want. They got different efficiencies and carbon filters and all those kind of everything, that you could want in a furnace filter. But you also have the ability to buy odd sizes that you can't on Amazon. So there's a plus for ordering direct from Nordic Pure if you have an odd size. And their shipping is just as quick. It was 3 days to get the filter. So there's really no reason to not buy from Nordic Pure. If you just prefer Amazon, that's fine, but you might have to buy from Nordic Pure if you've got an odd size. The other advantage is Nordic Pure gives you some more selection as far as how many you can buy at a time, where Amazon's more limited on that. That might be another advantage if you don't want to spend as much money, but the pricing per filter is the same. So you might be able to buy like one filter from Nordic Pure where you can't from Amazon. So, that might be the case. But just remember, the lower the quantity you buy, the higher the cost. So if you buy one versus if you buy 12 at a time or 6 at a time, the cost is going to be higher for the one. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, this particular filter is a Merv 13. It comes in a typical cardboard box, has Nordic Pure's name on it. So the packaging is fine. I don't have any issue with how its package came. No damage, nothing like that. It's got Nordic Pure printing on the box, Nordic Pure labels on the box. It says it's a Merv 13. Everything's great there, and typical, cardboard box packaging, nothing exciting there. The filter itself is made out of beverage board frame, which is like what a Diet Coke container comes in if you buy canned Diet Cokes or whatever, or beer or whatever you buy. And so that beverage board frame, what that means is it's moisture resistant. So it won't just tear up like a piece of paper would if it got wet. The media is electrostatically charged, like pretty much every filter company nowadays. That's how they do it. The media, basically, that electrostatic charge attracts dust and things to it, so it makes it more efficient. And that also allows them to be able to flow air. They can make the fibers more open and let air get through the filter, which is important, but also capture the dust particles, any kind of particles or things that are trying to go through the filter. The filter on the downstream side has a wire backing, which I'm sure if you've ever looked at air filters, that's a very common way of doing it, and that supports the V shape. The V shape is extremely important. That V is what allows airflow to move through the filter easier and allows them to put more square footage of media in that frame by having the V shape as opposed to just a flat piece of filter media. So that's a pretty typical construction, like most companies. The initial pressure drop on this filter, pressure drop is how you measure an air filter. So every system, residential system for the most part, is 1/2 inch pressure drop is what they're rated for. So that's the maximum pressure, and that's the resistance to the airflow going through the filter. So I have the ability to measure that with a device called a manometer, And so I checked this filter, before, when it was clean, it was 0.22, which is, pretty high. That's, Merv 13 is the highest I would ever recommend that anybody uses in a residential system. And that's pretty high considering that 0.5 is your maximum and 0.22 is where you're starting at. So you're already starting at a pretty high number. So what do you do about that? If you need a Merv 13 filter, you need a Merv 13 filter. There's just no way around it. If you have COPD, severe asthma, breathing difficulties, if you live in a high pollution area, things like that, you need a Merv 13. So what you're going to have to do is change that filter every month. I know that's costly, but that's really, if you have to have it for your health, you have to have it. So you just want to change it every month because you don't want to risk the pressure drop becoming so high that you damage your system. And, you end up with costly repairs and things like that. And you also run your electric bill way up because you're making the blower work harder. So I recommend on every filter, not just Merv 13s, but all filters change every month. And that's what most HVAC technicians will tell you as well. So anyway, so you're starting in that, and 0.22 is pretty good compared to, I've tested other Merv 13 filters and they're all right in that neighborhood. So, after 1 month, this filter had only went up to 0.24. So really it hadn't gone up much, so that was pretty good, but after 2 months, the filter had gone up to 0.31. Now I'm concerned because it's getting pretty high. So it confirms what I say. You want to change it monthly, in my opinion. And I just think that there's no way around it. So, so this filter, cost-wise, what is it going to cost you to do that? Well, if you buy a filter from Nordic Pure, I'm going to give an example of what I had to use when I had to get an 18 by 18 by 1. And it cost $16.77 per filter for a 2-pack. It cost $11.43 per filter for a 6-pack and $10.75 per filter for a 12-pack. So it's more common probably for people to buy 6-packs. And if you look on Amazon, that may be the only thing they have, or they might have a 2-pack in the Merv 13s, but if you get into lower Merv ratings, they generally only offer like a 6-pack. But so it's up to you. Again, I don't think you have to worry if you want to order direct from Nordic Pure. If you want to order from Amazon, whichever the case may be, you're going to be fine. Now, if you don't have those health issues, let's say you have minor allergies, or you got pets and dogs and things like pets or dogs and cats or something, so you got pet hair and things like that you're dealing with, or smokers, you can still drop down to a Merv 12, 11, in that area, and still you're going to filter those things out. It's just really the bacteria and things for the really small microscopic particles. That's where the Merv 13 comes in. So, if you don't have that severe issue, you can drop down to like an 11 or 12 and you'll be just fine, save some money. If you don't have even that, you don't have any smokers, no allergies or whatever, drop down there. Maybe you do have pets. You might want to drop down to an 8. But then, or, if you could do like me, I don't have any of those issues, nor do I have any pets. I use a Merv 5, 3M Merv 5. So, but, all filters should be changed monthly regardless. So anyway, if I give a thumbs up to Nordic Pure. They're a great company, great delivery, great packaging, great filter, and it really does a great job. So you can't go wrong. So you should feel confident to buy this filter. And if you want to have videos on anything else or leave me a comment, I'll be glad to answer them. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know about the next video, and that would help me tremendously. And I'll give you a little hint coming up is a carbon filter. I've never tested it or used a carbon filter. I've always wondered if they really work, because now I live in a small condo. So, you know, if anybody who lives in a small condo or anything, you know that when you cook something, you know, you leave, come back, and you can smell what you cooked for a while. And so I want to see if that carbon filter, because that's for removing odors, and it does the filtration efficiency as well. I want to see if it works. So I'm going to do a video about it, and I'll let you know. Just look for that. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.